Hey, and we're back with you at RENU Therapy. Wanted to introduce you to Bill. He's the creator of RENU Therapy cold plunge tanks, has been trained in the Wim Hof method. Today he will educate us about everything cold plunge and the benefits, as well as how he gets in and uses it.
Hey folks, Bill here with RENU Therapy. I started the company, I'm the founder. So a few years back, I tweaked my back, ended up going in for surgery. I re-herniated my disc thereafter, and post-surgery I was looking for cold water to reduce my inflammation. And I looked on the internet, I looked all over. I decided that there wasn't really anything out there that I wanted to put at my house that could offer me the opportunity to get into cold water on a daily basis, which is very important. So I went and saw Dr. Lin, and at first I was like, this guy might either be a genius or a crazy man, and he's truly a genius with the human body and the nerves. And early on, when I was going through my days of not being able to move around, a friend of mine's like, hey, there's this crazy Dutch man that goes into cold water. He's got a bunch of records for like cold water, extreme sports kind of thing. So I ended up listening to a podcast with him on it, and he talked about the breath work, and he talked about going into the cold for your mind and your body. And I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I should try that. Yeah, so Wim Hof, ultimately, there's a lot about him out there, but he has a three-part strategy: stretching, cold water immersion, and breath work.
Now, how does that play off with like biohacking? I know that's been a big term in health and wellness. Like biohacking, like people do this.
It's a big catch.
Silicon Valley is getting into these plunges. They want their own unit.
Yeah.
So I want to know. I need to stimulate my brain a little bit better.
Yeah. So this is cold water immersion is biohacking, because you're getting benefits by doing something that's not traditional medicine.
I want to get started. What do you think about wearing these?
Those are kind of rookie style.
But you know, I've got booties on, and these my hands, the nerve endings are there.
It's true. Hands are.
It's gonna be sensitive. Like
I know.
I'm afraid of cold, actually.
Hands are tough. Honestly, what I do is when I get in, I'll do probably 15 to 30 seconds with my hands in, and I'll take them out because it does burn. So I'll do the first 15, 20 seconds, 30 sometimes in, and then while I'm still in the core middle portion of my plunge, I'll pull them out. I just lift them out. And typically, what a good practice is to do about 20 deep Wim Hof style breaths. My personal thought is I just go in and get in. I don't get my feet and the knees and all that. I just go in. Breathe in deep, let it go. Breathe in deep, let it go. And as you're doing that, you kind of keep a count, 20, 30, or what have you. And then as you're getting ready to do your last breath, you just kind of mentally gear up. You're gonna go in, you're gonna go all the way down to your collarbone, and then you're gonna get your breath settled. You're gonna get settled.
All right, I trust you.
You should.
All right. Oh, okay.
All right. There you go. Good man, right up to your collarbone.
What is this? I don't know. It's like Sub-Zero or something, but let's say 50 degrees.
No, you're a little too high. It's actually 39.
Yeah.
All right, now if you want to do breath work while you're in the tank, it's very simple. You're going to do 5 because you're just beginning. What you want to do is you want to do a very deep, big nasal inhale, and then on your exhale, you want to extend it as long as you can. And I count in my mind, 1, 2, 3, I try to get 14 seconds sometimes. And so that's 1, and then you do another big inhale and extend slowly. So that puts him in a more of a meditative state. It gets you more in your mind and less about what your extremities are feeling. For beginners, a lot of times I say, Once you've kind of had enough, sit up on the deck, do like 30 more breaths, and do another plunge back in.
Now, what about like athletes? And you know, I treat a number of athletes as well. And
Yeah.
just like before your practice or game.
So if you're an athlete and you are injured and you're trying to bring down your inflammation, I would say, you know, go in as often as you want, three, 4 times a day.
You know, like I tell everyone in the office after we do a great number of body work or especially after activity or practice, to ice. And I think, you know, this is another great modality, another great method for us all that we could try this after a practice and especially the athletes.
Some people can sit in here a lot longer than others, and those kind of folks, they'll catch up with the shivers later.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I've got some other YouTube videos to shoot.
So how was it?
I thought this was great for the first time. I think I tolerated it a little bit longer than I expected. I thought it was going to be like in and out, like
Yeah.
a frog in a hot pot or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think it was great.
Yeah.
Thank you for coaching me.
Yeah, you did good.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, you know,
Yeah.
slowing down that breath, that exhalation
Yeah.
was big help.
For sure.
Being introduced to this. There's a little bit of like, I feel like the heaviness from whatever, the air or some, you know, I think it's starting to settle in, and I think my internal heat starting to actually ramp
Yeah.
up. I can
Yeah.
feel that. So there are other side benefits to cold and using cold, especially for sleep. I'm really big on sleep, as you know, Bill.
Yes.
Love talking about sleeping postures, habits, but largely it's to kind of reduce that temperature for your body, so your organs and your metabolism can kind of slowly ramp itself up and create some of those healing mechanisms that happen in sleep, some of that restorative sleep that we need. So I definitely, you know, want to do this again.
Yeah.
That. So thank you again
For all the first timers I've sat next to, I'd say you're in the 80 percentile of handling it. I've had people jump in and jump out.